Hello, everyone. Welcome to the cert-manager weekly developer meeting. It is the 12th of March, 2026. We have quite a full agenda today, so let's jump straight in with the announcements. The biggest one, well, one of the biggest ones this week is the cert-manager 120 release. That is out. It is our first crack at listener set integration with Gateway API. Yeah, so people should looking forward to have people go play with that. Um, One thing that didn't get out of this is we have a new maintainer. Um, the vote passed last week, and Mael's been uh, onboarding Hemant. So welcome, thank you for all your work so far, and uh, happy to have you on as a maintainer.
Thank you guys for supporting
Uh,
Oh yeah, congratulations. Wow, this is real.
me.
I'm surprised Ash didn't say anything. Or
Ash
is not
just
saying anything.
I did before we started recording.
Oh, now
Ash
is the
just
time to
furiously
say.
typing. Um, uh, Speaking of Ash, do you want to do the update on the threat model of crossplay? And
Sure, yeah. So first of all, shout out to the cross-plane people I've been working with on this. They are very diligent and they're going on a really tight timeline for the amount of work that they've put in. Like it is, the document is huge and I think it's going to be really good. I would have shared this among more people, but honestly, they've done so much good stuff. I don't think it serves us to really nitpick it. Like it's a good thing. Um, Basically, the update is just to say that it's going well, and I intend to spend a bit more time on it. But there really is, um, there's a good thing coming our way, is what I want to say, and this is something that we've wanted for quite a long time, and it will be helpful to people. It highlights a lot of places in our docs that we could improve, or in default configurations that we can improve, for example. But really, it's just a really helpful reference document for like power users. So that's the update on it. It's still ongoing. I'm going to spend a bit of time um, continuing on with it, and yeah, happy days. It's a win for us.
good stuff. Uh, Unless anyone wants to jump in with any last minute announcements, we can move on to the agenda. Cool. So first of all, from our regular programming, we have the renewal window PR. Uh, cool. Yeah. Do you wanna take over?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing much here. I just wanted to uh, put it out there that now that the release is done, we should be okay to merge this to master. Uh, and so far, I have addressed everything that everyone has said, and even Copilot, some of which was senseless, but yeah, it did catch some things, so that's great. But yeah, that's just on it, I guess. So that it's just there for visibility.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, if you've addressed people have reviewed and you addressed the reviews, who it was, I think Mael and Eric were the biggest reviewers. Mael, do you want to give it
yeah,
a final pass and give it an uh, LGTM approved Wiggumans?
Yes, I will.
I don't know why you were stretching and showing off before you
Oh,
said
I was
that.
thinking, well, do I have to work even
Do
like
do I
later
have to
tonight?
work?
Do I have to
Okay,
work?
uh,
we
I'm
all
doing
forget
this for Hemant.
sometimes. Next, we have a discussion about adding the fail check for the CRDs. Yeah, this one raised some contentious comments in GitHub. Do you
yeah,
want to give a blurb of what you're trying to do?
yeah. So basically, couple of days ago, as I was upgrading my home cluster, uh, I didn't have Prometheus operator installed. So what happened was the deployment failed because of that. Because the service monitor field was set to true, I think. in my Flux Helm release. So I tried to install it, but it didn't find the CRD, so the deployment failed. Uh, so I just noticed that I didn't find the same issue with Cilium. So I went to Cilium's Helm chart and saw that they have a validation for checking if the CRD is present. So I wanted to bring that pattern here too. And given the fact that we are also trying to onboard vertical pod autoscaler, this might be useful because that is also a custom resource that needs to be present before we can actually deploy the custom resource. So uh, I wanted to know people's thoughts on this because I understand what Eric and Tim were saying, that checking capabilities is not that great because you're actually checking the API server and stuff. But then again, like if we don't do that, it will still fail. Like it's not like the deployment will go through. So it's just a way to make it fail in a better way, is what I'm thinking. Uh, anyway, yeah, so that was my thought process. What do you guys think?
So I think the only thing it can introduce would
Hmm.
be in a flow where you're using Helm template to render your templates and then applying them
Hmm.
separately. Because Helm template has no context of what capabilities a cluster has, you could blow it up at that stage. Um, so that would be a less than desirable behavior. Um,
Mm.
I'm also not a huge fan of checking the cluster state, but I do see the argument of um, if it's going to blow up anyway, blow up with a better message.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
um,
I'll check once about the Helm template but yeah, I mean, other than that, I don't know.
I wouldn't enable it by default because I don't want to change behavior.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. Yeah, so that's why it's set to true, and we don't change anything in that aspect.
Do anyone here have any strong opinions? I think the people with the strongest opinions were Eric and Tim, both of whom are not in this call.
The usual suspects.
I'm going to send them a timestamp to this exact point in YouTube.
They always have thoughts on the Helm chart.
Cool.
Mm.
I'm very much on the fence about this. I think we probably need to talk to Tim and Eric and get their get see if we can get everyone aligned.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably ping them in the Slack thread.
Yeah, cool.
Okay. Anyway, so moving on.
Moving onwards. We're already 20 minutes in. We've got so much to talk about. Helm unit tests.
Yeah, so this is another thing I noticed as I was
Oh, interesting.
browsing through I think Cilium. Yeah. Uh what do we feel about Helm unit tests?
Are they
I
using this
like
framework?
it.
I think so. Yeah, I think they're using
We
the standard Helm unit test.
But we
uh,
already decided that we were going to do it, right?
I thought we decided
Yeah.
it wouldn't be a bad thing. We
Okay.
do this at work at Epic here.
Hmm.
We have our application chart, and because it's an application chart that has to cater to everyone under the sun and can deploy daemon sets and deployments and application sets and
Mm.
all the different flavors, that
Mm.
has pretty strong Helm unit tests in order to say if you do this config that's invalid, it will blow up on you. If you do this config that's valid, it will output the correct stuff. Um, it's fairly good. The only thing is you got to make sure that everyone contributing to the Helm chart remembers to write a unit test for what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, this might be like a new prow job too that we can configure.
Potentially, yeah. Um, I'm
But
not
but
against
Anyway,
it.
but
okay. Mhm.
A random thing I want to say is very recently Tim wanted to do a big change to the CSI driver SPIFFE project's Helm chart, and I felt it was a breaking change, and I didn't want the breaking change to be a breaking change, so we had to make it much more complex, and we used unit test for this.
Mhm.
It's not automated, but it doesn't matter. I think this tool is very helpful.
I think we're generally
Yeah, it is.
agreed that if we can add this. I think if someone
Mm.
raised a PR adding the backbone, if you leave that backbone is a single test and then the configuration required to run it, if that's enough to get started.
Mhm.
I don't think there's anyone that would object to that.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I wanted to get an opinion if we are okay with it. Okay, so that's all I had, I think.
Awesome, awesome. So I've got two here that are very tightly related. One is this PR we looked at a while ago about adding the AWS authentication to the Vault issuer. For context, Vault can be authored to by AWS. The way this works is you send a pre-signed request to get caller identity to Vault. It then completes that request in order to use that as a proof of who you are. Um, I was trying to test this, and I wasted a good 2.5 hours, three hours of my life because it was just pain. My initial plan was to try to do it locally and use some sort of um, tunnel or something to make IRSA, IAM roles for service accounts work with the local client cluster. I couldn't get that working reliably. Um, as I think I don't have an EKS cluster, and I'm pretty sure I closed my AWS account like a few months ago. Equally, I don't want to like pay money to have the test to have the pleasure of testing something. That seems not ideal. So testing this, I think, is an absolute nightmare. So if we can't test it, what I wanted to do is have more eyes on it. I'd like a few more like people to go through the code and just look for any obvious foot guns that they can see. Um, just so we have a bit of confidence that when this goes out, it works. Um, now we're currently 25 minutes into the meeting. I don't want to dominate the next 10 minutes looking at this. Um, but I would like a couple of volunteers to go through it, if that's okay.
Yeah, I can take a look at it too.
Cool. Yeah, it's the I've, I've been back and forth with this person with the PR raiser for a while. I think it's in a pretty good state, but I do want to have more more eyes on it because I can't actually test it. Cool. So I'll update this after the meeting, put a comment and at you saying you agreed to give a second pair of eyes, and then if you're happy with it as well, then we can merge it. Does that sound good?
Yep, that sounds good.
Excellent. That leads me on to topic two of can we make the testing better, please? Um,
Uh, what do you mean?
so my main problem is I couldn't test because we don't have any like presence in AWS. Um,
Mm.
Ideally, our end-to-end testing for everything that isn't cloud is amazing. We cover pretty much every aspect of cert-manager that doesn't require a cloud in our end-to-end tests. But we are very weak in our end-to-end tests around integrations with like AWS because we don't have a cluster there. So I've wanted to discuss the possibility of talking to the NCF, see if we can get an AWS account set up where we could have a set of end tests that are AWS specific, which test things like IAM auth, which test things like Route 53 integration, Um, that wouldn't run on every PR because spinning up an EKS cluster every time would be expensive and slow, but give us a test target where we can do in the PR slash test something 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 dash AWS, and it goes um, all the way through Prow and creates an EKS cluster, runs end-to-end tests against the EKS cluster, tears it all down. Does that seem like something that people would be
At
on board
least,
with?
at the very least, to be able to test this PR, yes, that'd be lovely if we had one.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the CNCF will be happy to have
There's
an
also
AWS
the
account.
GitHub open source fund. I don't know if that's something we can look into.
There is that as well. There's a bunch of open source
What's
funds
the
now. The
what's the GitHub fund? What's that?
I
so,
attached the link in the chat.
um so they've got
Yeah,
a
it's
fund.
the first one.
This I
Yeah.
looked at. This is a tangent and a half. I don't know what the rules are around this. I don't know if already being part of the CNCF and technically having access to their
Hmm.
resources limits our access to this at all. I don't know if there's terms and conditions. Um, it also means that the money goes to us, and then we've still got some other credit card playing for AWS. My ideal solution is we go to CNCF and they create an AWS account that we have access to that they pay for.
I
Like
agree.
currently, our Prow runs in GCP on an account that is paid for by CNCF.
Hmm.
Oh,
The reason I brought that up was because I live around, like I live a few miles away from the Flux maintainer, and they added Azure tests from this fund. Uh, so yeah, he gave me the idea for me to apply to this. But yeah, if CNCF is open, then we can do it.
Cool. So
we can
action
use up to
items.
$3,000 of AWS credit.
So let me just work some action items because I've not been doing that. Shirking my responsibility. Okay, well, it's using my address book, which isn't helpful. So you said you'd give me a review of that. So I'm copying your name. Second, I on, and then uh, Adam talk to CNCF about potential AWS account. I think that's phase one. After that, we can look at phase two, which is setting up our test infrastructure to be able to spin up EKS clusters. But that seems like a thing for later. I'm happy to actually make a proposal out of this as well. So we've got something a bit more flashed out. But yeah, this was basically born of my pain. That's all I've got to say about that topic. Let's move on. So bypassing DCO. Um,
Oh, yes, please.
I have used Copilot a couple of times to raise PRs. So most recently, you can see there's one here by Copilot. Um, I think the one I raised is the one I merged. Yeah, one I raised was merged. But yeah, this was raised from a prompt. And the problem is that because Copilot cannot sign off its commits, no matter how you prompt it, and I have prompted it several ways, it will always fail DCO. So you always end up having to do override DCO and then futz with the labels to get it to go through. So I'm just getting the general consent, getting the feeling of the maintainer team to see if we are willing to add a bit of config to our testing repo to say if the author is Copilot, it doesn't need the DCO label. It can get through solely on looks good to me and approved. Um, uh, the two things I'm worried about, um, technically, if I raise a PR with Copilot and Copilot's written the PR, am I safe in assuming that I don't own that code anyway? But equally, could I prompt Copilot to go steal some code from someone else? And there's no sign off to say, and DCO sign off to say, I'm responsible. So there are fuck guns. Um, Ash, you have thoughts?
I do. I mean, this is like active, ongoing legal case law, like around like US Supreme Court level case law, right? Like this is, I don't think anyone can give a good answer on the legal side of what it means to have code authored by AI. That said, the people I would ask would be, I'm sure the CNCF TOC have had some sort of thought about this. Like, I can't imagine a world where, like for the DCO to matter, someone needs to come to us with some kind of complaint alleging that code was contributed that what wasn't allowed to be, and then what the DCO does is it lets us redirect blame away onto the person that did it because they signed off and said, I have the legal right to contribute this code to cert-manager. I
If
can't
they
imagine. Go on, sorry.
if I as someone went, well, this project here is exactly what I want. Copilot, copy this code from this other repo into cert-manager as a PR, like, and it doesn't have DCO. Would who redirecting blame? How does that work now? Do we blame the PR author? Do we blame Copilot?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, right? I suppose it would be the
Do we get
PR
blamed?
author, but it's not like there's any damages that could be reclaimed about it or anything. It's not. It doesn't like I am very much not a lawyer, but it doesn't. It's not clear to me how that framework of someone saying I have the right to contribute this code applies to something that can steal it and not tell you that it stole it. If like the CNCF have gone as far as to have like lists of licenses which are allow listed and like they've got legal advice and things. So I would think they would have something intelligent to say about this. Um,
Uh,
from a from a from my own perspective, I kind of feel like it's probably okay to let it bypass DCO, but like it literally needs legislation and stuff to clarify the actual situation of it.
I think projects that use SLAs that have the licensing agreement you to sign instead of DCO probably have this easier because you still have human go and sign a document.
Mhm. Yeah, for
This
sure.
is this
I
is
mean, I suppose when we override DCO in this context, the person that is raising the PR is effectively saying, like, I assume responsibility for this commit, but yeah, I don't have anything more intelligent to say other than I'd like to see what the CNCF TOC have got to say on this topic. If they've thought about it, maybe they've got a doc written up somewhere because like this is that sort of open source legality thing that the Linux Foundation is deeply involved in and will have thoughts on.
Oh, there's another ticket we can open then.
Yeah, I would be surprised if they don't have something already, but that's just me guessing.
That's another action point. Open a ticket on the service desk.
Is expertly typing it in.
you all
I
get to
cannot
watch
see.
me type. Cool.
Who wants to do this?
Uh, I've already got an action. Lemon's already got an action. It looks like it's your turn.
Okay, then I'll put my
Um,
name.
cool. We now are onto the. I think that's the main body, and we're now onto the weekly group of PRs. Thank you very much for putting this together. Um, cool. Mind, do you want to talk through them, or don't we talk through them? I don't mind either way. I can talk for Edmund.
Uh, no, go ahead.
Cool. Excellent. I'm gonna close this one up and I'll close
Hemant made it very difficult to find stuff to bring up today. He's been very active in commenting
that.
on new issues. It took me way longer than usual.
Uh, Someone's had their vitamins.
Good job, man.
Um, okay. First one first. I've not had a chance to read them. I don't think I've had a chance to skim them today. Um, so the general thing is they want to be able to exclude a namespace from being watched in the CA injector. Um, I mean, I'm not against someone contributing this. If someone wants to contribute an exclude namespaces field from the CA injector, does anyone have any strong opinions?
No, I think that seems sane.
Where are
Yeah.
they? Could be.
Oh, are you typing something?
I can respond.
Great.
We discussed this in the week. Oh, um,
Oh, the next item, I think we already dealt with it. I
uh,
mean, Ash responded.
oh, Ash has already spoken.
Yeah,
I
and me
did.
too. Me too.
I think there is something interesting to it in terms of discussion in that we don't. Um, I think our Helm chart says that we need Kubernetes 122 or above. If we make that any more strict, then we might exclude versions that people could actually run fine. Like cert-manager 119 probably did run on Kubernetes like 125 or something that old. But how much do we care about what it says in
I,
Artifact Hub in the Helm chart?
I, I, like people will do whatever they want with cert-manager, right?
Yeah,
We're not asking them not to run it if Kubernetes version is too old. It's just a statement to say, hey, you're using an old version and we're not testing it, so
yeah.
you're on your own.
I suppose I would default to not doing anything because then it lets things keep working and doesn't like sure we've got a new lower bound for how when cert-manager can run now, but that's not a problem at all. Plus, they must have been running a very old version of
I
Kubernetes.
think it was like 130 or something. No, maybe it's older. I cannot see it. Yeah. So we're not changing the Helm README because I opened a PR to update it to point to the supported releases instead of.
Oh, doing that makes a lot of sense. I'm not seeing your comment. Um,
Cool.
yeah, that PR looks awesome. I'll review that.
Ah, great.
This is the one that
This is what we're discussing. Yeah,
already dealt with. I can just
yeah.
move straight on.
I think Mael's PR is awesome.
Ah, great.
Good work, Mael. And that leads us on to the last one, and we could be done early. It's 22. We have such a full agenda. Uh, Solver Ingress template annotations are not applied to existing Ingress resources with Acme edit in place. True is set. That is a mouthful.
Ah, yeah.
Ingress keeps coming back.
Yeah, it's never going away.
We're
Uh,
decided is added, do not get applied.
it's funny, it's the second PR that is related to Cilium. The previous one was also about Cilium. It said we wanted to do something with Cilium, and we do the CA injector one was also about Cilium.
So the annotation is not flowing through.
So that doesn't, yeah. So the
How
issue
does
is
it?
because
How does
this
it work?
ingress already exists. No.
Is it even possible that annotation would be copied over to the existing ingress and then cleaned up or something?
Is that what this is supposed to do?
I don't know. That's what I like. HTTP editing place would reuse the ingress resource. No, maybe I'm misunderstanding everything.
Ingress and modify in place or a new one is. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. Edit in place means that if you try and issue a certificate using this one, it will use this one
Yeah.
to do the challenge. If you don't accept that, it creates a whole new ingress object. Okay.
But yeah, I don't think
What?
we ever intended to copy annotations.
No.
Yeah.
The template is for creating a new resource, not for using an existing one.
Yeah. I feel that would be a can of worms.
It seems complicated.
Because, yeah, what happens when this is done?
Yeah. Do you clean it up? What do you do?
No, copy the whole thing. I just wanted that. No. Ingress.
I'm seeing the Hubble logs, which remind me that Cilium is pretty cool.
Uh, okay. Is that it? Did we do it? Did we do a meeting?
Yes,
Yeah, that was
It's
we're done.
first time we finished Raijin.
But
What?
now we can sweep issues left over time. No, sorry, we sweep issues with leftover time.
Or hear me out. We issues left.
Okay.
I'll just
You know what? I'll silently remove this section there. We're done. We're done.
cool. Does anyone have anything else they wish to discuss? Cool.
No, I had some questions, I mean, related to the CNCF stuff. About so I didn't get access to the service desk yet, even though I mailed the email. So do you know what steps are need to be done?
Wow, you've been onboarding, haven't you?
Yeah. I thought that emailing the what you did with the
Mm-hmm.
CNCF email, I thought that was the moment where they added you. That did
Mm-hmm.
they respond to this?
They didn't respond to the email. I didn't get anything. That's what. And when I tried to log in, so,
Because yeah, that's if when you send your email
mhm,
to this CNCF maintainer changes at cncf.io, they will add you to the service desk. That's how everybody here on this call was added.
mhm. So that
So
PR
we
needs to be merged.
uh no first off, I don't know this. You mean the PR that I just linked to?
Yeah, yeah.
No, this one is unrelated.
Hmm.
Or maybe it isn't. I don't know. Like the source of truth for being a maintainer is the project itself.
Yeah.
So the PR, the vote that we did, this PR where we all voted and everything, that's how people know that you're a maintainer.
Okay.
So this CSV that I was updating is useful because it is also how people know. But yeah, let's wait for a response from this email. Or can you just respond to your own email and ask what's going on?
Okay. Yeah, I can
You,
reply to that mail.
Yeah.
you could CC Mael as well if you wanted to, just so he's in the thread.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Cool.
All right, I'll do that.
Awesome.
And yeah,
Any
there
more
are a
funny
couple
moments?
of other steps, but sorry, go ahead, Adam.
I
No,
was if you're happy to take this offline and work with Mael,
I will.
cool. We've got 10 minutes left. Last call for new topics. If not, I'm gonna give you 10 minutes of your life back, whether you like it or not. No? Cool. I order you to have 10 minutes of free time. Um, if you're watching this on YouTube, hi, why? But equally, like and subscribe. And thank you very much, everyone, for joining. And I'll speak to you next time I speak to you.
Thank you,
All
Adam,
right.
for hosting
Thank
this
you.
again.
Cheers, everyone.
Really appreciate it.
Cheers, everyone. See you
Adam.
guys next week.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.